Hi there everybody and welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity. In this episode we're going to go to the Northweld Cave. I think if I'm not mistaken that is to the Temple of Hylea. I think so. But first I remember we had that soul there. So let's go speak to that soul quickly and hope we don't trigger anything here. I don't want to trigger that yet because there's a conversation there where we can save everyone if we get more standing with twin elves. So, the aim of the game, get standing. But I think in completing the quests that the gods have asked us to do, we will be able to get more standing with them and
I'm on the trail.
get more standing with them and then actually be able to do that quest. So this is where I tried it. Okay. Oh shit. These farm drops.
I need something stronger. Dead on. Get a good shot with the...
Show him how it's done!
Sure.
Easy.
Tried to pet a staelgar once. Similar outcome.
Beneath the raging waterfall, the corpse of an alpha Glomfoth hunter lies shattered against the rocks. Broken bones protrude through its skin, but you also notice deep parallel cuts in the rotting flesh. The slashes trace almost every part of his body, as if it had been ravaged by a dozen blades. This man probably died before his fall from the cliffs above. You touch the dead elf's forehead, droplets of water glistening down the purple surface, and feel a sudden jolt from the hunter's lingering essence. The world around you fades away. You're walking among the underbush without making a sound. Moonlight catches sight of your arms, shining pale, but you quickly dart again into the shadows of the giant trees of the Northweld. Your blood brother is not so deft as you expected. Look at him, frail, unaware. He doesn't deserve to share the glory of this hunt. It's been countless seasons since a staelgar like this one, twice the size of its lesser kin, has roamed the forest near Twin Elves. Arthur fell for the trick. You almost feel pity for him, but you've convinced yourself that he'd only get in the way once the killing begins. He'll be safer by the river, expecting that we'll flank the staelgar when it comes to the out to drink. But this kill will be only yours. The staelgar is larger than you imagined. It seems without fear atop the waterfall ridge, its silhouette cutting a monstrous hole against the mantle of the night sky, a beast of legend, a true hunter. Your hand tightens around the shaft of your father's spear. The weight feels balanced just right. As you prepare to throw, you put everything into it. The spear flies true and it hits its mark. The staelgar didn't even hear a sound, its blood spilling bright on the rocks, yet it stands unfazed. The beast pounces, moonlight shines over its great fangs. Your hand draws your blade without a second thought as you lunge forward to meet this monster. It's fast, it's ripping your flesh apart. You stab the darkness engulfing you, deep again and again, but there is no slowing its embrace. It's the kitty cat we fought upstairs. The one we fought there. Slow mode active. Why? There was a... There. So glad we fought there.
Easy does it.
Oh, I've been in here already. Okay. Okay. Rest.
Have a moment to talk? Ready, Watcher. A deer in the middle of Air Glonfoth. But I'm glad I can bring this success back to Masuk. And perhaps Persoc will return to us one day because of it.
You think Masuk will remember you the way they remember Persoc? Would be nice to know I've made a difference and to get the first choice of Caribou flank during festival time.
To be honest, the biggest relief is knowing that my journey was worthwhile. That finding Persoc and carrying our village's story to him will strengthen our community and return his soul to us. I'm looking forward to being back in Masuk among my family and my people. But more than anything, I'm glad to finally understand the purpose behind these last 5 years. What do you think? Do you feel as though you understand the purpose behind your hunt for Theos?
I need to know what happened in my past and why it haunts me now. Closure with Theos will bring me peace. I'm not sure. I'm gonna say number 1.
Those reasons can make all the difference. I hope they're useful to you. Anyway, Theos isn't getting any closer. I suppose we'd best keep after him.
A winding stair hugs the cliffside, providing an impressive view as you work your way higher and higher. Not too far along the path, however, you find your progress interrupted. A large boulder appears to have fallen into the road from somewhere up above, and it now sits squarely in your way. Examine the area. The boulder is nearly flush with the cliff's face, preventing you from passing by on this side. Along the edge of the cliff, however, there is a narrow space just wide enough. Where the fuck am I now? To follow across the other side. The boulder's landing has crushed the steps beneath it, however. Use a hammer and chisel to clear the way. Chiseling away at the boulder proves a slow and wearying endeavor, especially when several sections of the boulder prove too hard to carve through, forcing you to aim elsewhere. After a long while, your efforts pay off and the section of the boulder splits away. You hear echoing clattering as rocks tumbling down at the side of the cliff. The sound seems to stir something overhead. A shadow crosses the path, quicker as lightning, and vanishes before you can catch a glimpse of what has caused it. But you do see a rapidly growing silhouettes of several more rocks flung down at you from above. Coming to action, the party ducks under a small rocky protrusion along the cliff's face, but a lot stumbles and is left just short of shelter. A sudden hailstorm of fist-sized rocks and scattered debris rains down upon them. This poor fucker gonna laugh. Every time we have something like this, he either falls or he slips or he gets hit by rocks or something. Battered and bruised, Aloth leaps the final distance to safety. After a short while, the thundering rumble of falling stones fades away. Your ordeal past, you continue your climb, and the rest of the journey proceeds without incident. At last, you finally find yourself at the base of a final twisting set of steps, above which you can see the towering pillars of Hylea's nest. My brother's playing Baldur's Gate, and he's got a Tsar in his party, and that guy, he just keeps dying. It's always the wizard. Tsar keeps dying, he gets hit by lightning, all sorts of shit. The poor guy just dies. Confront the beast.
Sure. Hey there. They'll never know I'm here.
The edge of the bones are brittle and blackened. Oh, I know what this is. Yes.
I rather hoped we'd be sneaking up on it.
As you reach the summit of the mountain, a gust of wind stirs the air. You hear a noise like the snapping of sails, and the sky is briefly blotted out. A dragon lands before you, shaking the ground beneath your feet. It draws itself up to its full weight and spreads its wings, barring your passage. Its neck, its back, and its ridge of the spine are covered with magnificent plumage. It hisses at you, and while the sound is unlikely any language you've ever heard, the beast's meaning is utterly clear.
Vermin invading my nest, threatening my hatchling. You shall feed my young.
You have a young
I will protect my last hatchling to the death, and that death will be yours, rodent.
Hylea is the goddess of motherhood, actually.
And of the sky and all winged creatures. Even my kind know of her.
Is that why you came here?
I came to care for my remaining hatchling. My kind requires territory. Few places are safe for our young. This is a lesson that cost me the rest of my brood.
Then you should stay. Raising your offspring here would honor Hylea.
So be it. Go then, and with my thanks.
I do, however, want your loot.
I'm on the trail.
Damn it. We came all this way for this. to get Palagina. Before I speak to Hylea, because she's been blessed by the essence of Hylea. In all other games, you fight dragons, but it's just like in Pillars of Eternity, you just can't. They are just so strong. I have tried fighting some of the dragons. They are just. It's too strong. I don't know what's wrong with my PC. There's a lot of frame drops.
Welcome. Oh, I do have Palagino. I don't have the Druid. So, but just what do you think you're doing? Clone Chanter of Old Song sent me to get a specimen of this type of bird. She stares at you blankly for a moment by shaking her head. That top Dalam sent you. No, absolutely not. Eating my beloved pet won't grant that full musical powers. The only thing he'll get is an upset stomach and a pain of passing a beak. She folds her arms and there's a forest full of birds. Mine's not for sale. I agree. Killing your bird seems unnecessary. I would look elsewhere. It's a fragile little thing. Perhaps I should tear it down the middle and give half to them and half to you. I wouldn't believe that eating the birds will help. Old folk are gone Ori. She might have shrugged in resignation. Orlans, particularly those raised in the forest, still seem to believe that by eating noteworthy creatures they can gain desirable traits of the prey.
Slow and silent.
Burn, I'm sure. And then I need to return to the Temple of Hylea, because I need to sleep next to the dragon for my bow to get its last level in soul binding. Well, the last soul bound level. Neil, while you pray, you feel a space around your body shift and melt, and you find yourself in a vision of mountaintop temple. Yet you see neither worshippers nor dragon, but a tree. Its limbs wrap around the perimeter of the temple, tampering into the twigs of branches of all sizes and angles. They seem too long and too numerous to be held up by the meager trunk, but they hold steady in the breeze. A single sparrow lands on the nearest branch. It watches you. I seek an audience with Hylea. The sparrow cocks his head in a peculiar bird-like fashion. Whistle to the bird. The whistle. You whistle the first tune that pops into your head. The sparrow blinks its beady eyes and hops closer to you along the branch. It bobs its tiny head and opens the beak, and the rich, trilling melody that spills forth is the song of a chorus of birds. A massive flock descends with a thundering of wings and whooping, screeching, chirping calls. They fill the boughs of the boughs of the tree by a thousand birds of every shape, size, and color nestling next to one another. Pelagina says heavily, "To be honest, I really can't stand birds." A breeze ripples through the air, the limbs sway, creaking with a strange, gentle rhythm. A few hundred of the birds flit from the branches, forming a brilliant, variegated flock in front of the trees as they meet a swoop in unison. You catch a glimpse of someone looking back at you, cloaked by the fury of the feathers.
You journeyed to my temple and found the dragon. Yet instead of driving it off, you allowed it to stay. The songs of my faithful will never again fill the nest, and the beast and her young will slaughter many to feed their hunger.
Dragons, like your birds, are creatures of the sky. Every life bears a cost.
Yes, and each should create wonders of commensurate value. What does a dragon create?
Fire it consumes, but it also it also powers creation. Death. Dragons bring death. Beauty, great and powerful and colorful. They are marvel to behold. More dragons, big dragons, creed.
Their might inspires countless songs and tales, and the span
option.
of their wings fills canvases across Eora. And you are one whose soul is filled with the same passionate energy. Indeed, you are the right person to end this tragedy.
I already know that Theos ex Archimon has gone to Sun and Shadow to strengthen Vortico with thousands of cells. The birds return to the tree and nestle about. The breeze ripples through the branches again, carrying the goddess's voice.
Then you have earned the favor of another. But stopping Theos will not heal the Deerwood. You must guide the trapped souls back to the bodies they were stolen from. Hollow-born children whose eyes have never seen the sun.
You could restore them, give their families hymns of joy after years of lament. The breeze tickles your ear. Peace and restoration give purpose to suffering. There is no meaning and no redemption in pain that does not lead to fulfill symmetry. Symmetry demands the great rejoicing following suffering such as this. I'm not sure that's a possible try. Okay, I will continue into Sun and Shadow. Perhaps it would be better to allow these souls to find new lives. Sure.
Hopefully those wounds can heal, or don't you think the long absence could be overcome? You hear the cry of a soft plaintive, plaintive. Perhaps the years cannot be forgotten, and for some perhaps it is already too late. But if you could restore even one soul, kindle one spark of life, raise one voice in joy, it would be worth it. There's another side of this. His tone is cautious. You've seen the consequences of the soul disjointed from its own cycle. Could these children even truly return? Perhaps it would be better to allow these to.
When you reach the burial isle, you will find souls there that I have granted reprieve for their sins. I give these to you, for only they can bear you to safety on your journey down. And when you face Theos and the rotting fruits of his endeavors, remember the conversation we have had. In that moment, you will have power rivaling a god's. And after it, you will live in the world that you have chosen. Choose Restoration, Watcher. Return the souls to the bodies they were stolen from. Swear to me that you will do this, and I shall give you power to make even Woodica quake. I can be merciful and terrible, Watcher.
I would hear what the other gods have to say first.
Wait! I'm not done with you.
Birds will pivot, showing a flash of pale feathers. Who is this beast that speaks in anger? Please forgive Pelagia's boldness, Hylea. You owe Pelagina some answers. Questions flutter and circle in her mind. Let her ask what she will.
It's not often that any of our kind get the chance to speak to their... What should I call you? My mother? Father? Those words seem to fall short and yet be too generous, given our history.
The birds cock their heads, craning and twisting their necks to look at one another. You are angry with me.
What did you expect? Should I be happy? To be like this? To live like this? What kind of creator does this to her creation and abandons it in a world this cruel?
And should I have plucked you from your home, wrapped you in wings, and brought you to a nest like this one, some tranquil and harmonious place far from the war chants and battle dances you love so much? Tell me what you want.
All I've ever wanted from any of your kind is to take some responsibility. Any responsibility for what you've done. To us. To every one of the children you've abandoned.
The birds flap their wings, rising from the branches. You are a song of ferocity, and one I love well. I hear your furor and rage, and it is musical. Your powers and valor leave a trail like a tapestry upon the world. I would not dampen your song even with the comfort of my wings.
What does that mean? Come back here!
I'm sorry you didn't get the answers you were looking for, but you deserve better.
We all deserve better.
Okay. I need to sort out these two, the grove and the. But first, I want to go to finish the soulbind level on my bow. Let's see. How do you see your standing with people? No. Tonal's faintly good ally. I need to figure out why this frame drops occur.
shouldn't be like that. There we go. Crackling bolt to per rest. Can I speak to you? No, I can't. I'm not keeping anything else.
Lay low.
Where that ring at? What's this? Deflection. Deflection. Let's finish up the God's quests. Okay, just double check that I'm correct here. Throughout the god of death and rebirth shows me the elven woman and a dwarven man stopped on the road. My touch slew them and I only was able to continue on the path. I think this is the god's way of telling me that these two individuals have cheated death for too long. Ending their lives would be no doubt. Please. The dwarf in the vision had an eerily ageless face and it seemed to renew himself with the blood of others. He said that something ethical. I know who that is. The golden elven woman was strangely tree-like in the vision. She mentioned the place called the Golden Grove. The Golden Grove.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Many blessings, traveler.
Oh,
Builder's wisdom to you.
hail to you, may your time on the Golden Grove be enriched. What if you're in the need of service, speak to Builder. She will see of your concerns. We can tell with the Golden Grove. We are the naturalists, philosophers, herbalists, and teachers. We ovates of the Golden Grove know that true wisdom comes from the study of natural order. We endeavor to teach others to explore. There we go. Probably her. Or not. Sorry about that, guys. Oh.
Hail, Estramor. Estramor?
This is all the grove. So no more parts of the grove.
Estramor?
We'll lead your order. However, Dorona leads us. She sometimes journeys to Elmshore to renew her strength, however. She is there now. There we go, that's why we can't find her here. Perhaps believes it's time you paid your dues. Then he can descend from his mighty pantheon and tell me himself.
Since when do the gods send mortals to collect? You're much too talkative to be the usher. This is the trouble with deities. They meddle in a world that they don't even inhabit. I hope they've promised you something better for your next life.
can't get a good shot at this.
Ixi, Ana.
Now it's done. I'll teach you a lesson.
Ooh, wait, I got a new thing. Ah, okay.
Full. That's it.
Purgatory. Isn't damage restored his endurance. And there we go. Now he can actually move back to Sword and Shield.
Hey there.
We're gonna have to fight the whole way out here again, eh? Yep. Seeing that I'm gonna have to kill everybody in here anyway, I'm gonna loot the shit out of this.
I'm on the trail.
I own this shit now, Barath. Diamond. Yeah, I already looted that.
The Varu
Damn. I need to see. Oh shit.
I'll teach you. Sure.
Nothing, nothing.
That's how it's done.
Beyond seek.
That's it.
Laying low.
Kill you all.
Nothing to loot.
Consider it done. Give me a real challenge.
Keeping an eye out.
The question is, do I just like straight up murder all these people?
Lavaru, beyond sea.
That was rude, guys. That guy was busy saying something. Mine well.
Easy does it.
No wonder I'm not getting anything. I keep hitting Alt. And wondering why nothing's highlighting. Wow. Oh well. I think that we're here now. Thank you.
Show them how it's done!
Running a lot of those crit shots.
Okay.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yes, I killed your druids. Probably lowered my standing with 2 ounce now. Not good. No. Druid will probably be there. Now stands on the days in the middle of the clearing. The ground is blackened with leaves in various shades of russet and gold. Her eyes are closed and her arms folded in front of her. A curtain of autumnal yellow hair hangs in front of her face. As you draw near, she shifts her chin and looks at you with a shifting hazel grace.
Greetings, Estramor. You are among the ovates of the Golden Grove.
Baratha sent me to end your life. It has continued for too long. And you are?
High Ovate, an ancient elm among poles and saplings. We have taken root in the same soil, and the others grow in my shade. Their roots nourish my soil. My branches give them shelter. Together, we grow.
I'd like to know more about the ovates of the Golden Grove.
Like the leaves of a tree, we are many sharing one source, one purpose. Living or dying, we nourish one another. The truths of the soul and of the body are written on every blade of grass and sung by every creature under the sun. We learn these truths and sing them back.
You are druids. Are you familiar with ethereal? A song of maggots on a dead songbird, worms hollowing a mite's bruise. They celebrate the withering of life rather than its budding. They seize strength from others instead of accepting what Varatha freely gives. They take pride in their independence from the gods, yet the leaders demand an even greater sacrifice, death for life, strength from the spent essence of their petitioners. The ethic null offers another kind of servitude, and one to Kith whose souls have long since rotten. I wouldn't really know. Your answer is drifted in the rapids. Fair enough to cling for the time being, but eventually you must choose a firmer position. Speak plainly, will you? She gives you a mischievous half grin while her eyes fade away. The words on my lips are the language of the stream, cleaving stones and the wind guiding seeds.
If you do not understand, it is because your tongue of kith has deafened you. Barath has sent me to end your life. It has continued for too
At
long.
least he chose someone who wouldn't wrap her intentions in trickery and lies. But what is a god that his voice should carry so far? And what are you that you should so eagerly obey? The gods only have dominion over what we seed, and you would cede matters of life and death to them.
The gods set the rules and let us do what we will, but that is merely a test, and only a fool thinks he has been seated anything. You do what your god wants you to face, or you face the fire. This woman is about to become an example. Are you any different? You've extended your life beyond its natural span. Through work and wisdom, the greater the tree, the more fruit it may yield. She nods, and OVAs gathered in the clearing. There are vines climbing in an ancient elm into the sunlight. My growth sustains them. Should our harmony fall prey to the gods' jealousy? And where exactly would she lead them? She blinds to the limits of her own wisdom. The gods are wiser and more ancient even than you. It is not for either of us to oppose them. I need Brazad, and this is what he asked of me. It is a shame we could not come to an accord.
Lava.
That looks like it hurt.
Yes, let's go do that quickly. Let's go back to Cadmore. Are we gonna make it? Yes.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it here for the day. Next time when I log on, I will speak to whoever wants to see me in Cadnoa. I want to check what this frame drops. But I don't understand why the frames are dropping, so I want to check that quickly. And then I'll see you guys in the next episode. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.